Hi, everybody. 5-star sport betting says, girls, what do you rate yourself 1 out of 10? That's a good one. So we'll start here. 1 out of 10 out of looks. What do you rate yourself?
20.
Hello.
I knew you were going to say that. What about you?
I would say 100.
100?
100. 1 through 10.
Wow. 1 out of 10. Awesome.
Okay.
10.
10?
10.
10.
Wow.
I don't know, maybe like an 8.
Okay.
No, man, you're 10.
Stop.
Yeah,
Stop.
queen.
10,
What about you?
honey. 10, honey.
10?
Mhm.
Okay. What about
Are
you?
we talking about just looks?
Looks.
I'm gonna say a 10.
Okay.
10 over here.
10?
Yeah, 10 for sure.
Sneako, do the honors.
Okay. Now, who do you think is better at self-improving, men or women?
Both. Women.
It's an or
What
question.
aspect though? Like, are you talking about self-improvement?
All right, let's go around the table real fast on this one. We'll start here and work our way back. Who do you think is better at self-improving, men or women?
Women for sure.
Okay.
Women.
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 Women. Women. I feel like it's not a gender thing. I feel
Here
like
we
it's a
go.
mentality thing.
No, it's men or women. It's just a.
Should we
I'm gonna go
clarify
with women
self-improvement?
then, I
I'm going to.
Okay. For why it's a self.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more about mentality.
That's not the question we're asking.
Okay, women, I guess.
Okay.
Well, I would say both.
That's not. That's
But-
just answer the.
Okay, if I have to choose, women.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I would say men, and I can give an explanation for why.
Go right ahead.
Because
See,
the
notice
women,
how she had to say, I got to explain why. Go
the
ahead.
women will put the pressure on the men to make the change.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now, what do you think women put forward when people are trying to get attracted? When you are showing yourself to a partner, what do women put forward? Looks or personality?
Both.
What do you think attracts men?
Looks.
Looks.
Personality.
Looks. Guys are
But
sight
does
stimulated.
that hold a man? That's the question. Like,
Yeah.
It won't hold a
looks,
land.
yes, initially,
Initially.
like that's what attracts the
Yeah.
man. But what's gonna keep the man?
Facts.
Not just your looks.
Who said 100 again?
She
Oh,
did.
I did.
100.
I did say 100.
100. Okay. What do you self-improve?
What do I self-improve?
Yeah. How do you self-improve? You also think that women self-improve more than men. I'm wondering how you self-improve.
Well, I can only speak for myself.
I know.
But as far as you said looks as in 100 as looks.
Mhm.
Now if it's
Yeah,
comes
1 through 10, you're
self-improvement, of
100.
course but when it comes to self-improvement out of the looks factor, of course there always room to grow within myself.
How?
How?
Well, if you're 100 out of a 10, there's
Well,
no
that's in
room to-
looks, but that's in looks.
But I'm
You
trying to
said
figure out how she
looks.
self-improves. You grow. How?
You grow by educating yourself and just living life and becoming wiser as the day goes by and experience. You grow because not everything is exactly how I thought back then when I was like, what, 12, 15, 18, 20 is not how I think right now that I'm 35 and I have kids. So it's different.
Okay.
So I self-improve every single
Now,
chance.
This question is actually why I got banned on YouTube. It was why I got my second strike, was showing that every time you ask a woman this question, what do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10? They all think 10. And even when somebody else said 8, someone else is like, no, you're a 10. So you really don't know how to be critical of yourself. And we also established that what you put forward when it comes to talking to other people, being attractive, or even improve, women put their looks forward. That's how you become attracted. We don't really, honestly, like, men don't really care about your spiritual journey. Like, no one cares. So it's also hypocritical that every time you ask this question, women always think that women are better at self-improving for a couple of reasons. One, they don't really understand the male journey. They don't understand what we have to go through. And a lot of what you think self-improving is just stuff you make up in your head. Growing, your spiritual thing, meditate, crystals. It's not a whole lot of actual things based in reality. And I understand the flaw in this question because the hypocrisy is like, all girls will say, I'm a 10, I'm 100, I'm perfect, I'm beyond perfect. 1 through 10, 20, 100, a million. And then I'll go and criticize women for saying that because it's like, how could you self-improve past 10? But I want to find out now, what do you think you're self-improving? If you're better at self-improving than men? Besides, what are you talking about?
No, because you said looks, so we going by looks.
You said rate yourself.
You said rate
Yeah, I know.
yourself with your looks.
Yeah,
and then it
we're
was a
going by
separate
looks.
question.
Yeah. Now, if you're talking about us as a person and self improvement, then you're talking about something totally different.
That's what I want to find out. Why do you think that women are better at self-improving than men? Because all of you said that except for Bacon Bitch. Can we start with
No one has an answer
Rihanna
for that?
Loud?
Me?
Yeah.
I think we mature faster than men, though. Like,
What about self-improving though? Because now you're 30 something. You know,
yeah, that's
maturing
what
is
it
like puberty. But like at our age
No.
now, 20s and 30s, how are you self-improving more than me?
I guess living life.
Okay, living life.
Self-improvement.
Real quick, I just got to ask her, how do women mature faster? Just real quick. Than men. How so?
I thought that was a fact.
Oh,
It
nah.
is.
Oh,
It-
like literal fact.
well,
like
fact-
I think it
brain
is a
matures,
fact.
like,
I think we
faster.
do because we want relationship. We want to get married. We want all the good stuff, while men don't.
Not
Well,
everybody.
would it
Not
be
every
would it be
girl.
fair
Yeah.
to say that it's not necessary that women mature faster, it's that you guys have a shorter time clock, therefore you look for certain things quicker in life because you don't have the same amount of time?
I can semi-agree.
You guys caught that? She's trying to say. She's trying
I
to say.
can semi-agree with you a little bit.
It's not necessarily that you mature faster. It's that you want things in life that you need to. You know, you need to move on quickly because you don't have the same time clock as a man.
Yeah, I agree.
So would that necessarily be maturity? Really? I'd consider that more selfishness because you have a time clock.
What?
What do you mean? What?
That's not maturity. That's just wanting to settle
How's-
down.
From a biological standpoint, that's a
Biologically,
fact.
Yes, we have a time
Yeah,
clock.
we
Yes.
do.
But
Okay.
however, like the end goal for not every woman is not marriage and having children. So
Oof.
what about the women who are not trying to have
That's a
kids?
minority.
You know
What's
what
your
I'm
what's your
saying?
end goal?
Majority of women
We're
want
not
that
here to
though.
talk about my angle. We talk about
Okay, so in general, okay, because you're saying you don't care about what your end goal is. Okay, cool, that's fine. In general, most women want a relationship and or a marriage and children.
correct.
So knowing that, you have a time clock to do that.
Yeah.
So I find it very funny how women say, "Well, I want that. That makes me mature," but the reality is, it's not necessarily
That
that, you're more
doesn't make
mature.
you mature.
She just argued that.
She did, but I don't
So can you
necessarily
tell me,
agree
what
with
are you
that.
arguing about?
That doesn't make you more mature because you're rushing to get into marriage because society set these rules that you have to be married and have children at a certain age. Yes, biologically it is true that we after a certain age become less fertile. But what about the women who are born infertile? What about the women who
Okay.
are not
It's just
able
This
to?
is just a non-argument. There's
And
like
It is
three.
an argument though.
Who here's like?
Okay, I'm gonna go into the medical part. Just FYI, working in a medical field, I learned once you hit 35, you're considered high risk. So we do have a clock.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, let's not
I'm
talk
step
about
back.
the 0.01% who
Yeah.
can't have kids. That's just
And,
no
and
point.
for the
in talking
women is
about that.
and ladies, let me just make this rule real fast. It's not necessarily a rule, but it's just a typical discussion point. You can't make an argument for a small percentage of people. Okay, the
General.
exception doesn't make the rule. We're speaking in generality. So what you're referring to as women are infertile, etc. That's still a minority of the population. That's less than 10%.
Okay. But they still count though, no? They're still women, right?
They're statistically insignificant.
Statistically, but we're talking about women as a whole, right?
Okay,
right.
but the world operates in generalities. When you walk around, do you see Braille everywhere? That's for blind people, by the way.
I know.
Okay, so do you see that everywhere?
Like, what is that?
Okay, see, some people don't even know what that
They're
is.
considered
We don't
minorities.
create even though there's blind people out there, they're a minority. Therefore, we don't change society around minorities. That's my point.
Outliers. Yeah. There's no point in talking about that because it derails the conversation. Overall, I want to find out. Anyone who said 20 out of 10? Can you tell me? Well, you think that men self-improve more?
Yes.
So
You establish why.
this is like a relationship podcast, right? So sorry. I feel like
Merch.
men when there's like something going on in a relationship and like you put the pressure on the man and he really wants to be there, he's going to change considering like what you need and what is going to make you feel safe if he's a good man. And that's my point of view.
Okay.
Okay.
Can
Go ahead,
someone
you have
tell me?
something
Can somebody